Hello, friends. When a suspect was being interrogated in a murder, the author, who was an FBI agent, was present with his working partner. Both the author and his work partner were interrogating the suspect. Initially, both of them thought that the suspect was innocent because he was answering every question very well. The author's working partner shouted at the suspect and asked, "What did you hit the victim with? With a knife or a bat? Or with a gun? Or with an icebreaker?" While he was asking that question, the author read the suspect's body language, which led the author to realize that perhaps the suspect was the real killer, and he began a detailed investigation, after which he finally came to know that yes, the suspicious man was the real murderer. How the author came to know from the body language that the suspect was the real killer, I will tell you about it at the end of this video. Friends, we can manipulate what we say and how we say it most of the time because we do so consciously, but our body language speak unconsciously, our subconscious, limbic brain automatically tells us to do. So if you learn to read body language, so you will be able to understand any person even better. You will get to know them, and this can strengthen relationships, making them like you more. Your attractiveness will increase. You will learn to influence people. The author says that you can use reading body language to grow your business, improve your relationships. It will help you a lot to understand your partner better and judge the bad person in life. So today I will share the meanings of many gestures, which will help you to understand body language more properly. So let's start. You can read body language of anyone by focusing on 4 parts: first face, second hand, third torso means body, and last 4th leg. Now, if I ask you which is the most real and true part of human body, what will be your answer? Face or hands? But no, the real answer is feet and legs. So we start with the body language of the feet and legs. Number 1, happy feet. If someone is humming and jumping at the same time, it means that he is happy. But if someone is walking with a slight bend and is going for an interview, and is breathing deeply and heavily, then it means that he is nervous. Understand that gesture signals depend on reference number 2, the direction of the feet. If you go to talk to someone and that person is not placing his feet towards you while talking, then understand that he is not interested in talking to you. Number 3, knee claps. When a person places both his hands near his knees and leans slightly forward, his gestures indicate that he wants to get out of a situation as soon as possible. Number 4, leg splay. This is territorial display. Here you take up more space while standing. Here you spread your legs. You show that you have control over the situation. Leg splay is also used to show confidence. Now let's talk about torso gestures. Number 1, torso shield. You might have noticed that whenever a person is afraid of something, they start hiding their torso, for example, by crossing their arms or placing a book or bag in front of their torso, etc. Number 2, fronting. Like the legs, we change the direction of the torso when we don't want to talk about a situation, topic, or relationship. And if you want to show someone that you're interested in talking to them, so definitely keep the direction of your torso and legs towards them. Number 3, embellishments and peering. All through, it is not good to judge someone by his looks, but the reality is that maximum people judge you by your looks. So always be careful about how and what you wear, because your attire tells a lot about you. For example, if you wear unironed clothes and your hair is messy, then this thing will indicate laziness or stress. Number 4, shoulder shrugs. Lifting the shoulders and then suddenly lowering them indicates that the person is doubtful about commitment. Number 5, weak shoulder. When someone starts bringing his shoulders near his ears while hiding his neck, it indicates that he is uncomfortable and nervous. And if a person is keeping his shoulders down and taking up more space, then it means that he is confident or trying to be confident. Now let's talk about hand gestures. Number 1, gravity-related movement. Whenever we feel happy, energetic, or excited, our hands automatically move upward, like winners. Number 2. Restrictions. Whenever thieves go for robbery, they move their body and hands very little and walk silently. They do all this unconsciously so that no one can recognize them. Similarly, people who have low self-confidence, are shy and inferior, they even limit their body movements. Number 3. Akimbo and hooding. Placing both your hands above your waist indicates dominance and authority. Placing your hands behind your neck while sitting, extending your elbows out. All these gestures indicate dominance and authority. Number 4. Hiding hands. If you want someone to trust you, then always try to show your hands and then talk. Do not hide your hands or do not keep it folded back. Number 5. Power handshake. If someone is shaking hands with you and holds your hand slightly crooked so that his hand is slightly on top, by doing this, he is subconsciously showing dominance. Perhaps he feels himself stronger and better than you. And if the person is looking down, and if someone shakes hands in a slightly crooked manner, then by doing so he is subconsciously showing that he is submissive and feeling weaker than the other person. Therefore, it is better to shake hands equally. Both the person's both hands should be straight. It shows equality and respect. Nonverbal face. Number 1. Pupillary constricting and squinting. When we feel surprised and when we meet someone suddenly, our eyes suddenly become big and we start smiling, if we like that person. But if we do not like that person or situation, then we widen and narrow our eyes. Doing so indicates negative emotion, while raised eyebrows indicate positive emotions. Number 2. Eye blocking. You must have noticed that when a person does not want to face a negative situation or person, he turns his eyes away from there or avoids eye contact. Then understand that the person is not interested in talking. Number 3. Eye blinking. When a person suddenly starts blinking their eyes very rapidly, it shows that the person is probably struggling to say something. Number 5. Nose flare. A sudden flaring of the nose indicates that perhaps the person in front is about to get angry, argue, or run away. Number 6. Fake and real smile. In a real smile, your face moves up from your cheeks, creating wrinkles near your eyes, whereas in a fake smile, this does not happen. 2 important note. First of all these gestures indicate that this can happen, but to understand everything properly, you have to combine the signals of 2 or 3 gestures and then take a decision. Secondly, there are some people who generally always blink their eyes a lot. It does not mean that they are always struggling to understand or talk before reading the gestures and making decisions. So you need to know this, how the person lives normally most of the time. Now let's talk about the first investigation that I talked about. At the beginning of the video, the author suspected that maybe he was the murderer, because when the author's work colleague was asking him about the murder weapon, at that time he did not respond to almost every weapon, but when the author's partner said, "ice pick," the killer's eyes involuntarily looked down and he looked up again when the other weapon was named. And although the murder was committed with an icebreaker and only the police and the killer were informed about the weapon, proving that the man was the killer. Friends, I have told very few gestures. In the video, the author has shared many gestures in his book, What Everybody is Saying. So if you want to learn everything, then buy the book from the link given in the description.